What's up guys, Insanoflux here, and in this video I want to go over what I consider to be the 4 most essential mods for your Skyrim experience. These consist of SkyUI, Immersive HUD, ENB configs, or some other kind of realistic lighting or FXAA injector, and the fourth one is called Dual Sheath plus Shield on Back. And well, let's go ahead and start with SkyUI. So the normal inventory, I'm not going to do before after, but you've probably seen it before. It's the very simplistic menu that's definitely styled for a console gamer, such as for the Xbox or the PS3. And with SkyUI, you get a much more well-defined menu that has tabs for stuff, and it just feels so much better and looks a lot better too. So for instance, your favorites are sorted out, everything's sorted really well. You can still move stuff on the side here, you know. It's sorted. You could search for stuff. So if I want to search for amulets in this armor menu, there I go. And it's just really well done, and it makes the menu experience of Skyrim so much more better, and it's a lot more immersive, and it just adds a lot to the game that wasn't there in the first place. There's also a couple different configs for the icons here. You could choose more of like a classic style. There's more of like a lore friendly style. I just stick with this default one because it looks pretty good anyways. And the next one I want to talk about is Immersive iHUD, and this is a mod by Gopher, I believe, who makes a lot of really good mods. And what this essentially does is removes the crosshair and other clutter from your screen when you're just exploring. So if you have the default UI when you're running around just anywhere, you'll always have the compass on top. You might have the stamina or fatigue bar down there. And with Immersive iHUD, you can toggle that off. So in a vanilla game, I think the HUDs on the bottom are hidden when they're at full, but the compass is always on and the crosshair is always on. But with this mod, the crosshair only pops up when you draw your weapons, which is pretty nice. So when you put them away, crosshair goes away and you're set. And the current build of this is the 1.6 beta. That's the one I'm playing with right now, is the 1.6 beta, mounted combat and preparing you for Dawn Guard. And you have to have Skyrim script extender for both SkyUI and Immersive iHUD, but there is a non-SKSE version, Skyrim script extender version, available too. I think that's 1.4 or 1.2, I can't remember right now. But anyways, just get Skyrim script extender. It's needed for SkyUI, and I heavily recommend SkyUI, as that's a great mod to have. The next one I want to talk about is a ENB config or some other type of realistic lighting something, whatever. You could find tons of ENBs. My personal ENB is called ENB Insano, of course, and it just changes the colors, the way the game is rendered, different stuff like that. Adds effects like screen space, ambient occlusion. Another one is bloom. It adds more bloom effects. There's detailed shadows, which I'll demonstrate right now. Another one is sun rays. I don't think I can get sun rays right now. You can change the way the sky looks. So here, let me demonstrate the shadows right now actually. So for instance, here's with my ENB config on, and right now I have it set to like a bland default setting, because the more and more I mess with ENBs, like the more I just dislike it and I just want to go back to the vanilla colors. But I like the ENB configs because of the shadow fix that I'll demonstrate right now. So I'll go ahead and turn off the ENB. And here's the default game on high shadow settings. So this is high shadow settings. Alright, so this shadow's a little choppy right there. You see the little, like, I guess lines of shadow on this far rock. It might be kind of hard to see with the video codec. Maybe if I come in a little closer, it'll show up. But you can see those that kind of like run away as you approach them. But with this ENB that I'm using right now, which is ENB Insano, bland, and I'm using the ENB 0.113, and if I turn it on, the shadows are smoother, much more realistic. If any shadow in real life, it has a smooth edge to it. You don't see any sharp edges except for actual direct lights, not outside lights. Like I'm talking about like lamps and stuff like that. That produces a sharp shadow. But if you're outside with the sun, it's going to be a soft shadow like these. So that's pretty realistic. And the lines on these far rocks are gone, so that's pretty nice too. And the next mod I want to mention is a mod called Dual Sheath plus Shield on Back, and this mod essentially adds new animations or textures or meshes, I'm not sure which, but it basically just modifies it so that when you have two weapons and you're dual wielding, there's two weapons on your hip, and if you have a shield, the shield will be placed on your back. which is pretty sweet. And the guards will also too use this feature. Anyone that has a shield, and if they're in a not combative state, they'll just have the shield on their back, which is pretty cool. I mean, you could probably put your shield on your back if you were running around instead of carrying it in your left hand all day. There is no animations for drawing the shield or the two weapons from your hip at the moment, but currently that'll be worked out here soon. This mod is still a work in progress, but I would consider this to be pretty essential for lore purposes or just immersion. Not so much lore, but I guess more of like immersion. So, but anyways, I would definitely recommend at least the first three mods I mentioned: SkyUI, Immersive iHUD, and an EMB or Realistic Lighting mod. And I believe there is a mod called Realistic Lighting, actually, that's made by Gopher and My Good Eye, I believe. And that's a pretty good mod. I have not used it myself, but I've heard lots of good things about it. And I personally just like to use the EMB config just because of the shadow fixes demonstrated here. I mean, the blocky shadow there is just removed only with the loss of about 5 to 7 frames per second. And that's a pretty good loss for just not messing around with any shadow functions or settings or whatever. And then, of course, you can get the dual sheath plus shield on back. I just really like this mod. I found it the day the guy uploaded it and immediately released a video about it a long time ago and have been supporting it since. So it's definitely worth a check out. I would recommend downloading it and just endorsing it just to keep the author inspired and enthused to keep working on it and add more weapons and maybe some more support. He's actually made a video of how to do it, but anyways, now I'm just rambling. So go ahead and check out these 4 mods for sure. I would consider them essential for the game of Skyrim. That's not related to graphics or anything like that, other than just better overall Skyrim experience. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I plan to make a weekly showcase of the mods here shortly. That'll be uploaded by tomorrow, and a couple other mod features as well. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss those, and that's pretty much it. You're probably already subscribed right now. It's probably won't draw any new subscribers in because I just rambled forever. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys.